This conference will now be recorded.
All right, guys, good afternoon and welcome to the Clear Lines training session for Medved Trader. I'm your host, Kipp Cohen. It is Thursday, the 28th of February, 2019. I'm here for the next 60 minutes to assist you with the Medved platform using the Clear Lines indicator. If you have questions about it, this is where you ask. Questions, need help with settings, want to see how to use the platform, anything, just let me know. That's what I'm here for. I don't have a specific itinerary for today. I just kind of wanted it. Tuesday was more of just a review of the platform. Today is kind of answer your questions, and we can kind of go off on whatever direction we want to go off on. This session is recorded as well. It is posted, will be posted to our Equity Alerts YouTube page. You can get to that by going to the Equity Alerts, equity-alerts.com website, and up at the upper right corner, click the YouTube button link, and you'll see the training sessions listed. And if you click on one, it'll give you an overview of what that session covers as well. A review of our overview of what we discuss. I've got a trade going. I wanted to show you a new feature that the guys at Medved have added in, which is really cool. It will be available soon. Basically, it tells you when you set a stop or a market order what your profit's going to be. So right now I've got a short on SQ. Let me cancel this order. If I set a limit, a buy limit down here, see what happens as I scroll here. Let me hold on. If I select buy, you'll notice on the top of my capsule, right up here, it says gain 588. So wherever I move this capsule, it tells me what my profit will be based on where I set my limit order. So for figuring out risk to rewards and stuff like that, this is extremely helpful. So limit orders, stop loss orders, it'll tell you what your loss is going to be. Whoops. If I set a stop buy, it says gain 12, loss. So it'll tell you loss 339. Okay. Or if I do a bracket order, if I set a bracket, this is what I love is on the bracket. So if I start down here, okay. Whoops. Bracket buy. So as I move the mouse, you can see it says gain 8, 7, 800, 900, 1,000, 1,200, 13, 14, 15. So depending on where I set that, so if I set it right here on that pivot point, that's a $1,500 gain. And then as I move it up for the stop, okay, I can figure out, all right, well, my stop is going to go up here above the high of the day. So I'm risking 500 to make 1,500. That's pretty good risk to reward. And then I can submit my order. So it'll continue to tell me what my potential loss and gain are. I love this feature. It's awesome. Oh, hold on. You can't see. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to start over. I wasn't showing my screen. Can you hear me okay? Can you guys hear me clearly? Can you at least, I see that is working. Yes. Okay. Sorry about that. I had it on pause earlier. So let me start over and show you again. Okay. So this is a new feature that they've added. So I'm going to start by showing you a limit order. So if I set a limit order to buy, I've got a short on Square. As I move that limit order, and I know it's going to be hard to see because it's pretty small, but there's a little capsule that shows the position, where, what price, and then it has a gain amount, 588. As I move this capsule down, that number changes. So if I'm trying to make $1,000, okay, if I want to make $1,000, then I can set it, boom, right there. It says gain 1,000. So I know if it hits that limit, that's what I'm going to make. Love it. Okay, so if I do a stop loss, same thing. Okay, if I put my stop up above, says I'm going to lose 500 if it hits my stop. If I do a bracket order, this is the beauty. If I do a bracket order, I start with how much my gain is going to be. So let's say I'm going to put it way down here. I'm looking to make 1,500, and then I'm setting my stop, and I'm willing to risk 500. Once I click that, it commits the order. So it says right here, loss 519, gain 1551. Let me use the highlighter so you can see that. So there's the gain amount, 1551, and on the top of the capsule it says loss 519. Can y'all see that clearly? And then if I want to move my stop down, because I'm getting closer to profit, as I move my stop down, then now I'm only risking 420. Boom, adjust it. So again, my new stop, whoops, my new stop shows my risk is 420. If I say, well, this profit is not really, I mean, it's probably not going to get down here, so maybe I need to adjust my limit, my bottom side, so I can grab, whoops, hold on. I can readjust my limit for profit. Let's say I think, well, it's probably going to come down and retest these lows, so $800 is my profit target. And my stop, I'm going to keep above the high of the day. So I'm risking 5 now to make 8. So that's probably more realistic. And that's a little better than 1 to 1.5 risk to reward ratio. As it starts to move in profit, I can move my stop down, and then I can adjust my, if I think it's going to continue lower, I can move my limit down. I love this. It's again, the guys at Medved are just way ahead of the game. They're always looking at ways to advance the platform. And being able to make these quick order changes on the fly is for active trading is just perfect. You know, it really helps out tremendously. The speed of being able to change orders and whatnot. So what any specific questions? Anything? Any? I know I have first of all, a few of you guys are some of my regulars that are already using the platform. Do any of you guys have anything you need help with today? Anything any of you need help with? Is there something you guys would like me to cover specifically? Is there a topic you would like me to cover? No? Nothing today. Might be a short session then. Do you know if there's a bracket order for Forex? So, Connie, that would be dependent upon your broker. Okay. That's strictly dependent upon your broker. If you have an integrated broker and they have bracket orders available, then you can do that. Yeah, so here's the question you're going to have to ask TD Ameritrade. TD does do bracket orders. I don't think they offer it through the API. I don't think, hold on. No, they do have bracket. Yeah, they do have bracket order. Okay. So they do offer bracket, but what you need to confirm is that you can trade that account that through the API. So what you'll need to do is call them and say, look, I'm getting Medved Trader. It is an API based platform. Will I be able to do bracket orders for Forex through their platform? That's the only question you're going to have to ask. I would think so, but I don't know 100% because I don't have access. So, but I would assume so. You said you're shorting while the stock is going up. Why short? What is the strategy? Well, I'm shorting off the top. I mean, it's topped out. We typically short off tops. So it's overextended. It hit some resistance. Let me look at some other charts real quick. So, I look for overbought and oversold areas, and it looked like it had topped out. So it is in a profit right now. It's not a big profit, but it is a profitable trade. See, it's starting to accelerate. So it's up $60. That's just kind of what we do in through my alert service. We like to short off tops and go long off bottoms. And when we find overbought or oversold opportunities, that's what we look for. It's not for everybody, but it works for us. I've been helping traders for 18 years, and this is a pretty consistent strategy. Now, should you have been long earlier? Absolutely. But there were a couple places to get short today. There was a short through here. If this rolls over, it could go down $1, $2. I don't know. I just have to follow my charts and see. I've got 2 down arrows on the 3 minutes, so that's a pretty positive sign. I could move my stop to break even, and then I have little risk in the trade. I mean, I need a little more wiggle room before I go to break even, but it's just a trading strategy, and it's up to you if you want to do that. If you prefer just going long, you could have ridden this thing all day long. Let me go to a bigger time frame. Yeah, I mean, I gave a signal this morning, multiple long signals all day long. It's just it looks a little tired up here. So I'm going to move my stop to break even now. So there's virtually no risk in this trade. Actually, I'm going to move it at about 6 cents into profit. So now I can't lose. The worst case scenario is $57 as a gain. Best case scenario is at least $800 if it can go lower. But again, that's just a strategy that I like. Look, I'm now up 300, 330. Again, I can move my stop down a little bit further, protect a little more profit. Let's go to 82.10. So you can see I'm already realized P&L 13.59 for the day. It's been a pretty good day. And that's a lot of going short off tops. Are you, and I don't, all I see is a name, it says desktop. So desktop, if you want to check out what we do, you can go to equity-alerts.com. That's my website. And we do a free 3-day trial of our alert service. You can do that, no charge, no credit card needed. That's just of the alert service, and does not include the indicator. Right now I'm on a 5-minute. I was just showing a 5-minute so you could see more of the day, but let me go back to a 3. I was on a 3-minute. I wanted to show a little bit. Actually, I'm just going to show the current day. That's a 3-minute current day. So the point is that what I can do is I can adjust my stop and adjust my limit as it moves in my favor. If it keeps dropping, I could keep moving my limit down. And then what I'm doing is I'm wrapping the trade on both sides. I'm protecting profit on the upper end, and I can move my limit on the bottom end to maximize my profit. If for some reason it shoots down real quick and hits my limit, then I get taken out with an $800 gain. So it's starting to move some more. I'm going to move my stop down to 82.01. So now I have 24 cents protected. And I'm going to push my limit down a little bit further. I'm going to push it down into this range because I see it could potentially come down here. This range, let me highlight it real quick so you can see. Oh, too late. It popped up and took me out. So it doesn't matter. I got stopped out in profit. Came up and hit me at 82.01. And I'm fine with that. What I was thinking is it could come back down into this level right through here. And it still might do that. But you know what? Bird in the hand, make something on a good day. There's nothing wrong with that. Put that puppy on Amazon. I have $2 locked short. Let's look at Amazon. So you had a really nice reversal right up here earlier in the day, right off of resistance 1. You see that red arrow? That was a confirmation. Well, it's right there. And you had another one right here. So real clear signal on my platform with on the 3-minute. If you want to see a 1-minute, there's a 1. It's kind of choppy on the 1-minute. Here's a 5-minute. Again, here's that top on the 5-minute. Nice, clean down arrow. You had a secondary one. So you had your first arrow here. You had another, after a brief bounce, you had another down arrow. So several good spots to get short on Amazon today. Wayne says, I have a 4-chart layout. The bottom 1 and 3-minute, change the stock entry separate. Need to enter each separately. Used to enter a stock in both windows would change the stock at the same time. So Wayne, that's what I have here. You'll notice my pin right here is blue, and it matches the one up here as blue. This is green and this is green. You need to make sure that those match. That's what's going to make sure that when I type in one window, it's going to carry over to the other window. It's possible that this one has changed colors, or maybe you've done something. Make sure both of those are green or whatever, the same color, and those are the same color. Is that the problem you're having? That should correct it. When a chart is at the high, those boxes are in my way. Can I temporarily remove them? Square is an example. So are you talking about like these boxes, like these up here? Hey, Chakotay, what's up, man? Frank, these boxes? Or these boxes? No, the little yellow boxes. The little yellow boxes. Oh, look at square rolling back down. So you can do this. You can grab your mouse, put your mouse over the numbers on the far right side, hold down, and then roll your mouse up and down, move it, and you can tighten up if you need space. You can do that. You can also, down here on the bottom where the time frame is, you can hold on, you can scroll and to add blank space so that you're not blocking anything. So I can squinch there and I can squinch here. Does that help? You see what I did? It's a grab the mouse, hold the button down, the left button, and move two rectangular. Are you talking about these boxes? Hold on. Over here, you can move these boxes. Like that box. The quote data and the those boxes. The yellow boxes. I don't have them. The upper corner. Hey, Chakotay. Upper right hand corner. Are you talking about like this, the price? $16.05. Let me blow this up. 16. Oh, these up here, the percentage, these little boxes. You can move them. You can move them. You can remove them. If you want to turn it off, just go to main, view, options, turn off candle countdown, turn off pace, and they're gone. See, it's not on this chart anymore. Main, view, options. Not on your screen. 160%. Is it you talking a fib level? Hold on. Like this? No. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Frank. Hold on. I'm gonna call you, Frank. We're gonna talk to Frank on the phone. Yeah, I can. Hold on. Let me make you a presenter. Do you have a microphone, Frank? No. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me make you a presenter. Frank, make presenter. All right. Frank is now the presenter. He's going to show us. So I need you to show your screen. There you go. Now minimize that. Yeah, that's the pace and the. You can just grab it with your mouse, hold down the mouse button, and move it to the left, to the left, to the left, to the right, to the right. You can put it wherever you want. That's the pace and the candle countdown, or you can turn it off. Yeah, you can move those wherever you want. If you want to move it far over to the left or whatever, anywhere you want. You just got to grab it. You want me to take the screen back now? I'll grab the screen back. All right. Thanks, Frank. It was fun. Okay. So, okay, I saw that Wayne wanted me to show him one more time. Right, Wayne? You want me to show you again how to double check? Okay, so make sure on your four charts, the upper two and the upper left corner of the chart, I'm going to circle it on all these charts. Right here is a push pin that's blue and blue. Those both need to be the same color. They match the one that's up here and here because they're all tied together. And there's also down here a green push pin, and this one's also green. Okay, that's what ties these two together. So if I type on either one of these, because they're both green, they're both going to load up with that symbol. These are blue, so if I click up here, it's going to change it. Or if I type on the chart, they're both going to change because they're both blue push pins. Okay, awesome. Chakoti. So I don't currently have any DVDs per se. I have twice weekly training sessions right here. I give an hour of personal coaching for new users, one-on-one, and I have recorded training sessions on my Facebook page, sorry, on the YouTube channel for Equity Alerts. All these are recorded sessions. I have about 30 videos. If you click on one, it'll tell you what the session is about. Hold on. So it'll give you a description of what is being covered. Entering orders, bracket orders, So I have not created any training DVDs per se. Oh, yay, Wayne. I'm glad you got the ATR figured out. Awesome. But these are two hours a week of live sessions for learning. What is the best way to learn how early we will know green and red arrow? Can we buy at a green and sell at the red? So, Chakoti, there's obviously still some subjectivity to all this, okay? Just because you get an arrow does not necessarily mean it's going to continue in that direction. The arrow, all the arrow does, it's a confirmation of a line cross. That's all it is. When a line crosses and an interval completes, an arrow appears. You can get false arrows. Like at the beginning of an interval, if it crosses, sometimes the arrows will flicker on and off until the interval completes. So there's still subjectivity. I don't care what trading tool you're using, you still have to have some subjectivity. You have to use money management. You have to use risk to reward. You have to, you know, it's not just, okay, there's an arrow buy, there's an arrow sell. There's still some reasonable subjectivity within what you see in the charts. Like what I was talking to the individual earlier, when I said square looked like it was up against some tops. That's subjectivity. I see tops. I look at a 3-minute right now, and I see that this hit resistance up here. That's a subjective view of what I see in the charts. Do I get a confirmation in my arrows? Absolutely. I've got confirmation now. Hold on. Let me go back. I've got a 1 minute. I've had now 1, 2, 3, 4 down arrows. I had a couple up arrows, but I'm 4 down arrows into this move. I've now had 3 down arrows on a 3-minute. And to top things off, I have a 5-minute that's now giving me a confirmation. 5 minutes, a pretty big light. That locked in on the last interval. Look at this. This morning, we had 1 up arrow on the 5-minute, and it ran from 76.5 all the way. It gave another up arrow right here. So that was an add or continuation until just now, till we got a down arrow. So if you were using a combination of a 1, 3, and 5, you could have participated in a 5 or 6 point move long on square. And then you would be out, and now you would be in a short. There's subjectivity. You still have to make analysis, but that's pretty darn clear on my charts. And that puppy's been running. Not every trade's going to be like this, but here's that. I'm sorry, that was the 15-minute. That was the 15-minute. Here's the 5. So the 5-minute, pardon me, the 5-minute gave a good up arrow. It gave a continuation here. It gave a continuation here, continuation here. So you had a pretty strong move most of the day. Now you might have gotten out here, could have gotten back in, and then now you're back short. And again, I said that it looked like a good short opportunity. You heard me. Subjectively, because of the top. There was a short up here. There was a top. But if you see retroactively, it looks like most of the time. Well, hindsight's always 20/20. You know that. But did I just show a winning trade just a couple minutes ago hold on. All right. Here's a gain, a small loss. Gain, 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 small loss. Gain, gain, gain. I'm just using these trading tools right here. I'm not using any magical anything else. Yes, there's subjectivity. There's using good money management, using stops to protect yourself. But, it works. It depends on what time frame. He says, how early do these arrows appear? It depends on what time frame. Hold on. They appear when the lines cross. One interval after they lock in. This is a 5-minute, so This gave a down arrow at 315 right here, 315. If I was looking at the 3-minute, my first down arrow occurred at the end of this interval. So that would have been 303. It gave another one, a second one, at 312. All right. So you got multiple arrows on the downside on the 3-minute. Continuation move. So you can add when you get more arrows. Again, it comes down to using stops and being subjective and managing your trade properly. I mean, if you use my alert service and you use the indicators, it's going to help you. We're pretty consistent, Chakotay, every day. Again, I don't think I'd be doing this for the last 18 years if I didn't have consistency in what I was doing. The arrows appear, it's something I programmed into my indicator. They are is a confirmation of a cross. When the red and green lines cross and an interval closes, the arrows lock in. I don't care what time frame you're looking on. You can go to a historical chart. Okay. Here, I'm going to turn off the candles. Here's a daily chart, or let's go to a weekly. How about that? Here's a weekly chart. All right. So when the lines cross and it locks in, so the end of when the next interval closes, boom. So that was a down arrow. There was an up arrow. Here, hold on. So up arrow occurred down here. You had a brief down followed by an up, a short down followed by a long up, down arrow, up arrow, down arrow, up arrow, down arrow. Now that was a little janky. You got a down arrow followed by a nice up arrow and then a second up arrow. So that's a reconfirm. A short down followed by a long up. And then we've got our first down arrow, second down arrow, third down arrow. And then look right here, just got another up arrow. So we gave an up arrow 4 or 5 weeks ago, and it hasn't changed since on a weekly basis. So at 50, hold on. So at the end of that interval, the beginning of this interval, so at $58 on the weekly chart, it gave an up arrow. Guess what? It's still an up arrow at 50 from 58 to where it is now. All right. Here's that same right in here, okay, on the daily chart. Here's that same day. It was probably right around there, early January, right around $58, gave an up day. Guess what? There was a down day, so you'd have a stop in. You may still be in it. Or you want to see a monthly? Here, go back to August 2016. Up arrow, followed by another up arrow, December 2016. Guess what? You never got a down arrow on the monthly chart. So from $10 up until the end of this interval, so the beginning of that interval, around $75. on the monthly chart. I can go back further. Want to see another stock? Facebook. Facebook. On a monthly chart, up arrow, given back in August of 2013. I'm just telling you, this is much better than Wise Trade. Put that Q 5 minute. All right, let's put the Qs up. Let me turn the candles off. Up arrow this morning, followed by a down arrow, followed by an up, a brief down, an up, down, down, big up, brief down, up, down, 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 down. Couple ups along the way. That's the 5. Maybe you want to go to a 10 or maybe a 15. Or if you want to use a Fibonacci number, how about an 8 minute? Or a 13. 13's a Fibonacci number. Well, like we used to use on Wise Trade. We used to use a 13 minute. Couple good moves up and down today using the 13 minute. Yeah, actually Q's up here would have been nice as a short. Look where we use the volume weighted average price, VWAP. That would have been a great target down here. I mean, that's where it's gravitated to, volume weighted average price. So you had a breakout this morning right here, a breakout above volume weighted average price, ran up. You had a double top. You got down arrows. You could have written it down. You had VWAP right here, your price targets. That's what we like to use. Boom, boom, boom. I mean, you know, I'm never one to try to sell you on anything, Chakotay. It's 59 bucks a month to use my indicator. If you don't like it after a month, cancel. You'll get an hour training session with me. That's worth more than $59. I promise you. If you want to try the combination of alerts, it's $129 a month with the alert service. If you can't make $129 between the alerts and the indicator, cancel it. It'll be the best $129 you've ever spent. I promise you. What interval are the arrows in the watch list? What interval are the arrows on the watch list? These aren't intervals. These arrows are based on the last trade. If it's a buy or sell, it's just an up or down arrow based on a buy or sell. Chakotay says, what's the combination of alerts? That's the, so we have so you can subscribe to just clear lines by themselves. Month to month is $59. If you want a combination of equity alerts and the clear lines, so equity alerts is $99 a month, clear lines is $159, but if you do them combined, it's $129. $129 a month to combine equity alerts and the clear lines indicator. That's the combination. It's a winning combination. Right, Wayne? Can I get a shout out from a couple of you guys? Is it a winning combination? It's a great deal. You need to subscribe, Pippin. I don't know why you're not with us. I mean, I know you're a busy guy. But it's I I'm going to show you guys some of the comments today from our chat room. I'm going to read them to you. Okay? If I can log back into my email. I can't promise you anything. That's up to you, Pippin. I mean, I'm helping a lot of people make money, so I'll do my best. Here's some of the comments from today, just to because I keep track of this stuff. Brent this morning, $2 Monster Long, $1.03 on CRC. Ray traded a couple of earnings plays from Lindsay. 100 shares of Monster and bid. $764 total. Brent Crocs, $1.22 long, now short. Elaine, 68 cents on SEAS. Brent, 97 cents SEAS. That was one of my good ones. Carl, today, 5% return on his account. He says, if this dumb East Texas country boy is up 5%, 5.16, everyone should be. Anyway, that's some of the comments from my chat room today. That's not a joke. Oh, oh, will you help me make that's a joke. I got you. Yeah. Look, it's up to you at the end of the day. I'll do my best to help you, but ultimately, it's up to you. I don't make promises. I do my best every day. Put up Netflix. I mean, unfortunately, trading, if you don't use money management and you don't use stops, you're going to lose money. I mean, I can't help. I can't control what the person at the end of the mouse is, the other end of the computer is doing. I can show you great trades. I can show you, how to manage them. But at the end of the day, it's ultimately up to the individual. This was Netflix. Let me show current day. Let me take off the nice run up this morning. Nice pullback. That's a 3-minute chart. Let me show you on a 5-minute. Nice run up this morning. Nice pullback. Sell off through the afternoon. But can I show you good winning trades every day? Absolutely. I can show you consistently good winning trades. Whether you make money is up to you. How many shares you trade, what your risk tolerance, that's up to you. Frank says, I thought I was the only trumpet player who blew their own horn. Yeah. Sometimes you got to toot your horn. I don't toot very often, but well, anyway, you know what I mean. My partners, Jim and Lindsay, they throw out some great trades. And the proof's in the pudding. How early these arrows appear depends. When the lines cross is when they start appearing. You're going to see a lot of arrows on a 1 minute. When the lines cross and then lock in is when the interval completes is when it locks in. So sometimes they'll appear and disappear until the interval closes. Let me see if I can find one that. So that one just showed up just a minute ago, a couple minutes ago on Apple on the 1 minute. Down arrow. Oh, see, there's a green arrow that just popped up on Amazon. Hold on. It's kind of hard to see because you got volume building, but see that green arrow down here? That just popped in. Now it could disappear because the time frame is not complete. See, it just disappeared. So until the interval closes and completes, it's open game. See, it undid itself. That's why you wait till the interval is complete to get the confirmation. Once the interval closes, then it confirms it. But in an open interval, prices, see, now it just converted to a down arrow. Now we have a down arrow. Again, a 1 minute is going to be very noisy. There's going to be a lot of influx. Now you got it disappeared. That now it's back. So we have 26 seconds left for that interval to complete. When it completes, if that cross stays down, then it'll lock in, and then it won't go away at that point. Five more seconds. Oh, look at that. It just popped, snapped up. So guess what? It's not going to lock in. Now it's gone. Now we got an up arrow. Look, the lines just crossed, but it's going to take 1 minute to confirm that arrow. If that confirms in 1 minute, oh, see, now it's gone. Frank says my favorite Zen is making another end of the day run. Let's take a look at Zen. Hold on. Anyway, that's how the arrows work. They don't lock in until the interval completes. Ah, there you go. Oh, it had a good move this morning. Oh, that would have been a good trade, long and short today. Could have played both sides of that one, Frank. Um, hold on a second. Okay, sorry. Oh, that's right. You cannot shorten return. Well, you could have done the long side this morning. Sorry, Frank. Well, you're in a big time long position, so you don't care. But yes, you're right. All right, any more questions? We're just about out of time. Hey, thanks, Jacody. Yeah, if you want to talk, give me a call. Yeah, let me give you my contact information, guys. If any of you have questions, you can always email me at kip@equity-alerts.com. You can also call me. My cell phone number is 972-841-8886. If you have questions, don't hesitate to give me a call. I do this session every Tuesday and Thursday, 3 o'clock Eastern. And thank you for tuning in. Again, any additional questions, you can text, call, email, whatever. Chakotay, I think you still have my cell, don't you? 972-841-8886. All right, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys later. Have a good evening.